हाय हेलो एवरीवन मेरे बच्चा लोग कैसे हैं सब हाँ I hope you all have enjoyed learning units and dimensions and got the entire concept from the chapter, and we also did lot many MCQs. Now I think you are super confident from the chapter of units and dimensions, right? So in this particular session we are going to make the chapter of motion in one dimension super confident to every one of you, and I'm going to make sure that you are going to get the full marks from this particular chapter in the term 1 examination and also for the annual examination. So tell me how much excited you all are for this particular session and how much energy you all have. Everyone fatafat in the chat box. Let me see. Hi Shan, hi Ankit, hi Anamika, Palak, Preeti, then King. So tell me, how are you all doing? कैसे मेरा प्यारा बच्चा लोग सब बढ़िया? हाँ, hi Sumaya, hi Jatin, hi Preeti. Very much excited. I'm so happy to know that. I actually can see that excitement in this particular chat box. I'm so happy for that. Right? Okay, very good, very good. So you just keep this excitement, keep this energy, okay? Whatever happens in your exams or model examinations, or even when you learn something, okay, if you are feeling like you are not able to learn, it's fine, totally chill, okay? Have a smile and keep on doing the work what you're supposed to do. So if anyone is seeing me for the very first time, this is Ameer, your physics educator at Unacademy, and the people who love me more used to call me Ameer Bhaiya, right? And a bit of introduction about myself. I hope you all can see on the screen 3.5 years of teaching experience, BTech from an IT Calicut in mechanical engineering, and taught, mentored many students, and this is all about me, right? And can you do a small favor, मेरे बच्चा लोग? Can you all do a small chotuza favor? What you have to do is share this particular session right now with all your friends and ask them to join, because together we can learn this particular topic. What do you all say? Won't it be amazing? Yes, isn't it? So everyone go for it. Okay, yes. Now I'll just show you the schedule for it. Today on 26th of October, we'll be starting with the part 1 of motion in one dimension. And on 28th, which means on Thursday, we'll be completing this motion in one dimension crash course. And after that, which means on next Monday, we'll be starting with motion in 2 dimensions. Fine, which means I have made this entire schedule in such a way that in 30 days, we'll be covering the entire topic for term 1. Now, let me tell you regarding this Telegram group. I know that every one of you want to be or to learn with all the amazing educators from Unacademy Class 11th and 12th, isn't it? Right? So if you don't want to miss any of the live classes, you should be getting the notifications and alerts on time. This will only happen once you are a part of the Telegram group, and the link is given right here. And I want every one of you to join as fast as possible. We all are waiting for you. How many of you know what is this Bugs Bounty program? It's a very amazing program where you all can get what? Yes, so many prizes. What do you have to do? Just you have to go to the description. There will be finding a link. Okay? Click on the link and update all the details. If you're finding any inappropriate content in any of the videos uploaded by Unacademy, the prizes will be on your way. Let me ask you one simple question. How many of you think that this is the right time to join Unacademy and to start learning with us? And if you want to start learning with us completely for free and to grab that complete 35 marks for your upcoming examination, the scholarship test is going to happen on every Sunday at 1 p.m. What is so much special about the scholarship test? The name itself is scholarship, because if you get a very good rank and a very good mark for this particular test, you can be a part of Unacademy completely for free and you don't have to pay any amount of money. And while making enrolling for this, don't forget the code of AMB10, which will help you to enroll. Okay, the code is AMB10. Bacha look, just 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm not taking away your time of learning motion in one dimension. Just 2 minutes, last 2 minutes. Okay. Now I'll just introduce you to this Unacademy subscription platform. You might be thinking why all educators are asking to be a part of this Unacademy subscription platform, though everything is available in YouTube completely for free. The first thing is, though everything is available in YouTube, it is so much scrambled, and you are not able to make into a one single piece. You have to keep on searching here, there, which means it will take away your time, and you will also get a bit, you won't find it so much easy to get the information and in the right way. But once you're a part of this Unacademy platform, we all educators will be teaching you the proper schedule, targeting JEE, NEET and the board examination. And we'll also make sure that all the topic that is being covered in the classes will be in a super amazing order, so that you can keep track of all the topic that is being covered in the classroom. So we'll make sure that the process of learning will become super simple and you'll start falling in the learning process. Once you start loving something, what happens? Yes, you'll start giving more and more amount of time, isn't it? Just like what the life also says. And if you give more amount of time and with complete passion you learn, obviously you are going to make a huge progress in your studies. First thing. Second thing, top educators of the country who's having an amazing experience in the educational field is already with Unacademy platform. They'll be telling you how to study, what are the kind of examination pattern is going to be, right? What are the questions that is going to come? You just want to follow them. You will be ending up in the colleges you want to after your 12th standard. Study materials will be given to you, practice test and live test series will make you super confident in your things. Now you can just go for plus subscription for enjoying all these amazing features. For 12 months you can see that it will just cost you 1,250 per month. And will I make you to spend this much of money? Bilkul nahi. What do you want to do? Just use the code of AMB10. Why you have to use this code? To get 10% of discount from the already mentioned price. So use this code, keep it right next to your heart and get 10% and enjoy all the features that I have told you. Fine. Some are like, yes, we want all the features of plus subscription, but we want more features along with it. For those people, you should be going for Iconic subscription. What are there in Iconic? Because one personal mentor will be given to you. Matlab, a person will be there to tell you what to study, what not to study, what is your schedule should be. For everything, this person will be there, which means half your load from your shoulders will be taken away. First thing, live doubt solving classes, especially for you, will be there. Weekly reports will be given to you. For all these super cool features of Iconic, for 12 months, it will cost you 2,333 per month. And if you want 10% of discount from it, what do you have to do? You just want to use your memory and store this in your memory. The code is AMB10, which is a referral code. Use it and get 10% of discount. Okay, done. And be wise, because if you are going to make the subscription, I think that will be a very amazing decision you are going to make in your life. Because if you make it before 31st of October, only for the first 500 subscribers, you'll be given extra 4 months of CBSE and Creative Corner subscription. Fine? Good? Okay. This is all about things, and now it's time for Audi car. Is it time for the Audi car? Bilkul nahi. It's not time for Audi car. It's time to learn the motion in one dimensions. Okay. Now I have no idea, but for some time you'll have to listen to that beep beep sound. It's not produced by me. Current chala gaya. Okay, yesterday also it happened. Abhi bhi ho raha hai. I have no idea what it is happening with the classes. So tell me, bacha log, shall we start with the classes? Menti nahi ho jayega, because if we do menti, hai na, we'll lose so much of time in that. But I want my kids to do as many problems as possible. That's why I'm not doing menti, because we can solve the questions in the classroom, and let's do it. Avandika, yes, we're gonna start. Yes. Tell me, bacha log. Myara, I took a haircut. Thank you so much, Sada. It simply says that you all care for me. So tell me, are we all ready to start with the chapter? Are we all ready to start with the chapter? I made this crash course for every one of you so that you can have a crash course of physics without paying any amount of money. I hope you will make use of it. Everyone. Shreya, Sumaya, Khushi, Jatin, Preeti, Sumaya, okay, all my favorite students and regular students are there in the classroom. Alna, Shahan, very good. The vibe and the energy is too much high. So here we go with the topic. Okay, I want every one of you to have what? Yes, a Chotu book. So those who already used to come to my classes do know this. So Chotu book matlab, yes, a short notebook. So everyone have a short notebook and a pen with you before we start with the classes. Why? Because I'll be showing you only the important definition and the formulas from this particular chapter. Do write it so that you don't have to spend another time for making the short note of this particular chapter. Is it a deal? Huh? If it's a deal, we can start with our chapter. Deal hai ya no deal hai? If it's a deal, give me a thumbs up. Chalo. We can start with our chapter. Simple chapter, a chotu sa chapter. Ha, Khushali, I know that today we'll be taking the same topic. Don't worry at all. Okay, because this current cut went on and my power backup also failed. Yes, it's a thumbs up from everyone. Here we go. So starting with, what is the motion in one dimension, right? Okay, you can just start reading. There is nothing much to explain here. when the position of an object changes on a straight line. Matlab, if a body is moving in a straight line, ऐसे or ऐसे or ऐसे, if a particle is moving in a straight line, simply we call the motion as motion in one dimension. There is nothing much to explain there. Okay, fine. Okay, so we're going to proceed. This everyone knows. If you are having a Cartesian coordinate system, what is Cartesian coordinate system? X-axis, y-axis and z-axis, right? The position of a particle is being represented with the help of what? With the help of their coordinates, the x coordinate, y coordinate and the z coordinate. So if you just read the definition, it will be the position of an object along a straight line can be uniquely identified by its distance from an origin. Matlab, expressing the position of an object with the help of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis और कुछ नहीं. ठीक है? Okay, so there is nothing again for explaining this. How many of you think like, sir, we need a big explanation of what is distance? Arey, it's one of the simplest topic, isn't it? Arpan, Harsh, Palak, Sankhamitra. Yeah, है ना? What is distance? देख ले. If a particle starts from the point A, if it is going through this particular green colored path, and if he is reaching here, what is the distance? You just have to add up the entire length of the path the person has covered. Okay, that will be simply what? वो हो जाएगा हमारा distance. Tell me, ये distance है ना? ये scalar quantity है या vector quantity है? जल्दी बता. ये scalar quantity होता है क्या? ये vector quantity. It is simply a scalar quantity because we will simply say the distance is equal to 100 meters. We will simply say the distance is equal to 10 kilometers, which means without direction we will be simply expressing the numerical value. वही होता है और कुछ नहीं. ठीक है? Yes? Scalar quantity. Yes, Palak, Myara, Preeti, Insha, everybody knows. No direction, right? Only the numerical value. ठीक है. So that is distance. What is the unit? The SI unit for expressing the distance is equal to meters. Everybody knows. Moving for the next topic. Okay, yes. I'm not asking whether you are noting distance and displacement because these are chotu topics which everybody knows. So I'm not asking whether you are writing it down or not, but it will be better if you write it down so that you won't miss any of the simple points also. Because this is the basics, right? हाँ. Displacement क्या होता है? देख ले. A particle starts from the point A. It is moving ऐसे in the zigzag manner and reaching at the final point B. The actual path length is what is called as distance if you measure the entire length of the path, which means that zigzag path the particle has covered. That will be distance. But if you connect the initial point and the final point, which means the point A and B, with a very straight line, we call that as a displacement. Okay, and tell me, ये displacement vector होता है या scalar होता है? वो vector ही vector होता है. Why? Because we have to say that the particle has covered 5 meters by making an angle of theta with the horizontal. Because if I simply say the displacement is 5 meters, it can be here. The particle can move in this direction. The particle can move a 5 meters in this direction. In any direction the particle can move. But once I specify the direction that the particle is starting from A by making an angle of theta with the horizontal and making a length of 5 meters, the only point it can reach is the point B. समझ में आ गया? Why we have to give a direction along with displacement? So that the final point can be so much specific. So displacement is a vector quantity. Unit will be same as the distance, that is a meter. ठीक है? And yes, it's a vector quantity, so it has to be with a direction. Tell me, how will you represent a vector quantity? How will you represent? Usually, the symbol we use for representing distance is S. To represent distance, we simply use the symbol of S. But how can I represent displacement? Because so many places you might have seen the same S letter itself is used as displacement, because we don't want to get confused. Yes, displacement is a vector quantity. So along with S, we will put an arrowhead on top of it to show that this is a vector quantity. So this S, which is a vector quantity, is our displacement. ठीक है? Very good. Arpan have already told that. Very good. Very good. बढ़िया बात है. Right? हाँ, we'll be putting an arrowhead. So it is just like giving a crown to the king, है ना? So that we can understand that's a king. Similarly, to understand that this S is a displacement, not distance, we'll be giving an arrow mark on its head to show that it's a vector quantity. ठीक है? कोई शक? कोई शक? कोई भी शक नहीं? तो अगला क्वेश्चन करके मुझे उत्तर बता दे जल्दी से जल्दी फटाफट. Some students ask me this particular doubt in Telegram also. Okay, those people will be giving me the answer as of now within no time. But I want every one of you to practice this. So go for it, मेरा बच्चा लोग. अर्पण, अनुपम, बाबर, प्रीति, शिवम, खुशी. सर छोटू सा हिंदी ट्राई प्लीज. ठीक है, मुझे जितना हिंदी आता है वो उतना मैं बातें करने की कोशिश करूंगा. उतना ही कर सकता है. इट वॉज यू म्यारा. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. सर इट्स ब्लर. व्हाट इज ब्लर? मेरा चेहरा या द स्लाइड्स? ब्लर मे बी बिकॉज आपका इंटरनेट थोड़ा स्लो हो सकता है. सो गो एंड स्टैंड इन अ प्लेस वेयर देयर इज अ बेटर इंटरनेट कनेक्शन. Vector quantity is that which has directions. So Ayush says D, Myara says C, then other than that, only 2 people with the answer. ये क्या? इतना ही? Abhimanyu says C, Palak says C, और Sandosh says D, Palak says C, then Khushi C, Alna D, so Insha, Devika C. Very good. The correct option is C. Shall we understand this? Okay, देख ले. I want every one of you to understand this because the conceptual part is very good. So the correct option is C. I'll explain how it is. A person moves 30 meter north and then 20 meter towards east. Let us draw the same as a figure so that we can understand in a better fashion. We have the first initial starting point as A. It is told in the question that the particle moves towards north. North means upward by a length of 30 meter. Then after reaching this particular point, he will be moving towards east by how much? 20 meter. And then let's see what is explained in the question. And finally what is happening? A 30 root 2 in southwest direction. कहाँ जा रहा है? From that point C, he is making a motion of 30 root 2 in southwest direction. So when you will be having, sir, how to represent this? I'll tell you. From this point, see the particle is moving in southwest direction. Which is south direction? Niche. What is west direction? That is towards left. So southwest direction means the particle will be moving by making equal inclination towards south and west. मतलब ऐसे. What is the total angular separation between west and south? वो तो 90 होता है because west is towards left and south is in the downward direction. So the angle between them is 90. So if the particle moves by making equal inclination, what is the angle between them? 45. Which means from the point C, by making an angle of 45 degree, the particle will be making a distance of how much? 30 root 2. But it is a bit hard to understand, है ना? So I'll be just drawing another figure. मतलब starting from the point C, okay, with the horizontal, by making an angle of 45 degree ऐसे, the particle is making how much distance? 30 root 2. ठीक है? Just complete a right angle triangle here. Can you see that? Okay, so थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया because I'm not a very good drawer, so I'll draw it in a better fashion. देख ले. What I'm gonna do? So this 30 root 2, I'm gonna complete this as a right angle triangle. Okay, let me mark this as x and let me mark this as y. Any method by which we can find out x? अरे इतना simple question no one else can ask you. Yes, can't we use cos 45? This is 45. Cos is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. What is cos 45? 1 by root 2. So x divided by 30 root 2. x का value हो गया root 2 cancel 30. मतलब when the particle moves from the point C, let's say this is final point is D, in the x direction, it is making a distance of how much? 30. Similarly, if you use sine 45, देख ले, what is sine 45? From this right angle triangle, opposite, that is y. डिवाइडेड बाय हाइपोटेन्यूज, वो हो जाएगा 30√2, है ना. साइन 45 इज 1/√2. 1/√2 इज इक्वल टू y डिवाइडेड बाय 30√2. √2 कैंसिल, y भी हो जाएगा 30. मतलब when the particle moves from the point C to D by making an inclination of 45, it is actually moving in the x direction 30 and in the y direction 30. समझ में आ गया? समझ में आ गया? मतलब when the particle moves by making an angle of 45 degree and finally reaching at the point D, what is happening? Yes, it is actually moving a distance of 30 meter in the x-axis and 30 meter in the y-axis. अब समझ में आ गया? अब समझ में आ गया? From the point C, if it moves 30, मतलब 20 is already here, 10 more, so it will make 30 here, and नीचे 30, this side is already 30, so it will be reaching at the same vertical height as that of the point A. इधर पहुंचेगा. So this is the initial position, this is the final position. So the distance between them is displacement, isn't it? Array, total is 30. Total is 30. This is 20. So this, how much will this be? This dA distance will be how much? 30 minus 20 हो जाएगा 10. कोई शक? कोई शक है क्या? कोई शक? Anyone? Any doubts? So this is the final initial position and final position. So we can say that the displacement of the particle is from A to D by a magnitude of 10. And what is the direction? This direction is towards west. Left direction is towards west. So we can say the displacement is 10 meter in the west direction. 10 meter west direction. Option C हो गया. कोई भी doubt नहीं, इतना simple था, है ना? इतना सिंपल था. So all these kind of are the application level questions. Okay, बाबर, A29, खुशी, म्यारा, मनोज, दीक्षा. ठीक है, ठीक है. So shall we proceed for the new concepts and new questions? Please do note it down. ठीक है, this is a very good question, important question है. Why I say important? Because all the concepts of distance, displacement, the usage of direction, everything is there in the question. नोट किया बच्चा लोग? गिब्बर, मनोज, खुशी, जल्दी बोल दे, so that we can move to the next question. हाँ, या हेलो. हो गया? Okay, so shall we proceed? ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, so from here onwards, please do note down each and every concepts and the definitions, because chapter is going to be a bit more tougher. ठीक है? Everyone, please note down each and every points, starting from speed and velocity. What is speed? Distance divided by time is simply called as speed. If you want the definition, it is simply written here. The rate of distance covered with respect to time is speed. मतलब speed is represented as v is equal to distance s divided by time. That's it. So what will be the unit? Distance is with meter, time is second. So meter per second is a unit of speed. I think everybody knows this. Tell me, what kind of a quantity is it? ये scalar quantity होता है या vector quantity होता है? जल्दी बोल दे. Let me see that brilliant minds in the classroom. Simple it is. Dan star is telling me it is a scalar quantity. What made you think that it's a scalar quantity? What made you think that it's a scalar quantity? Disha says scalar, Arpan says scalar, Giri says, everyone says scalar. Why? Because speed is calculated with distance, which is a scalar quantity, and time, which is a scalar quantity. So both of these are scalar quantity. So the resultant is also going to be a scalar quantity. हमारा speed तो scalar है. It only has magnitude. Direction कुछ भी नहीं है. Okay. When will you say that the speed is uniform? When it covers with a constant speed. Let's say the particle is always moving with a constant value of speed 5 meters per second. We say the particle is having a uniform speed. So dekh le the definition, those who want to write. When a particle covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. So that equal distance by equal time will give you a constant value of speed. That's the same thing what I have told you, right? Then it is said to be moving with a uniform speed. Okay, So use this because you can see these kind of words and terms that is being used in questions. So at that time you shouldn't be like ye uniform speed kya tha. We don't want that. Okay, Khushi, very good, very good, very good. Okay, yes. So I think I don't need to explain what is non-uniform speed, right? Which means if the particle is moving with a variable speed, if it keeps on changing its speed, we'll say that the speed is non-uniform. Matlab, if it covers unequal distance in equal intervals of time, uska hota hai variable speed. Done, done, done. Now, this is very important. These two topics are very important because the questions are going to pop from here. Everybody listen. Average speed and instantaneous speed, right? Let's say that I'll give you a story. You and your father, mom, dad, sisters, brothers, everyone, okay, are moving from your house to your uncle's place. You know that when you travel through roads, you have to keep on increasing the speed. When you find the traffic, you have to slow down, again increase. So you'll be moving with different speed, isn't it? But while reaching at your uncle's place, and if your uncle asks your dad, what's the speed with which you came? What your dad will be telling? Your dad will be telling a value of speed. Let's say he'll be saying that 50 kilometer per hour. What is that speed referring to? That speed is actually referring to the average value of the speed with which he came. समझ में आ गया? Because in the motion or while he was traveling from his house to his uncle's house, he keeps on changing its speed. So how he was able to come up with 50 kilometer per hour? Obviously it's a guess, but still I just want to make the point clear. Yes, so he was actually saying the average speed with which he came. How will you find out the average wala speed for the entire motion? Very important. It is total distance the body has traveled divided by the total time taken for it. Note kar le. I know that you will be like having a smile. Sir, ye to simple hai. But when the question comes, you will also be like, if this was written in the proper manner, I could have got the answer. Yes. Some questions even you will find it harder even though you have to use this simple equation. That's why I'm telling you this is very important. Note किया सब? हमारा छोटू बुक पे नोट किया है ना? छोटू बुक पे, ठीक है? Okay. What is instantaneous speed? मतलब what is the value of speed at each and every moment is called as instantaneous speed, right? Which means if you are traveling from your place, your uncle's place, okay, when someone asks you, whoever is sitting, okay, you are driving and your brother is asking you, brother, what is the speed with which you are going? So I'll be telling, or you will be telling that it is 50 kilometer per hour. The next moment it becomes 55 kilometer per hour. So those all are called as instantaneous value of speed. How will you find that out? It's not total distance by total time, है ना? How will you find out? Let's say you want to find out the instantaneous speed at a time of t. How will you do it? Yes, you will find out the small distance the particle make during a very small interval of time dt. ये d का मतलब क्या होता है? ये small d है ना? It refers to small, very small value of distance, and ये small dt corresponds to very small amount of time. So instantaneous speed is equal to this small distance the particle makes divided by the small time interval required for it, that is ds by dt. And what do we call this operator? ये ds by dt का operator क्या होता है? हाँ, this is called as differentiation. Those who don't know how to do differentiation and integration also, I have done a separate video on basics of mathematics. So please do go and watch because we'll be doing so many problems of this particular chapter by using the concepts of differentiation and integration. ठीक है? Okay, very good, Nidhi. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so keep on doing that. You will be achieving that 35 out of 35, 70 out of 70, 100 out of 100 in all the upcoming examinations. ठीक है? So instantaneous speed is equal to ds by dt. Note किया बच्चा लोग? बच्चा लोग बोल दे. रिया, म्यारा, जाकिर, महिमा, शंकमित्रा, नोट किया सब? Okay. If that is done, now it's about velocity. How will you represent velocity? First thing, v corresponds to speed. So if you put an arrowhead, that is velocity. Okay, yes, what is the formula? That is equal to displacement divided by time. वो होता है velocity. Now I think I don't need to ask you whether it is a vector quantity or scalar. बोल दे. Velocity is a, array, velocity already starts with a letter V. So obviously it is a vector quantity. I was just kidding, right? So yes, it's a vector quantity. Why? Because it is calculated by the formula of displacement divided by time. It is displacement divided by time. Displacement has a direction, so velocity will be having a direction. Whatever is the direction of displacement, that itself is the direction of velocity. Matlab, if a particle is moving or making a displacement of 5 meters towards right, the direction of velocity is also towards right. Matlab, whatever is the direction of displacement is, that itself is the direction of velocity. Keep it in mind. Very, very, very important. I know that all these seems basics to you, but without this basic, you won't be able to do the problems. ठीक है? Note किया ये? थैंक यू अंशिका. तो ये नोट किया मेरा बच्चा लोग? सोफिया, निधि, सब कुछ, एवरीवन बोल दे. नोट किया सब? वेलोसिटी का फॉर्मूला, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, नाउ just like we had average speed and instantaneous speed, here we have average velocity and instantaneous velocity. I think I don't need to explain the concept of it, right? I'll just tell you the formula. Average velocity is equal to total displacement the particle makes divided by the total time taken. वो होता है average. So how will you find out instantaneous velocity? V instantaneous, that is equal to small displacement divided by small time, which is actually the differential of displacement with respect to time. Okay, instantaneous velocity matlab velocity at a particular moment or an instant. Note कर ले सब, very important. Note किया? Because if you have noted, questions are going to come. So before going with the questions, कोई डाउट है क्या मेरा बच्चा लोगों को? हाँ, I don't think there will be any doubt. कुछ भी कुछ है तो जल्दी से पूछ ले. We'll be doing it. If you have a very strong mind, Girish, you don't need any coaching. You can do anything because anything and everything is possible if you are willing to do in your life. Okay, if you are ready to sacrifice, if you are ready to work hard. ना. So yes. अरे क्या हो गया मेरे गले को? हे भगवान, क्या हो गया मुझे? So I think nobody has any doubts, कुछ भी नहीं. So I'll drink a sip of water. In the meanwhile, read the question and give me the answer. So an average velocity is time is subtracted. Array, we are doing the division. So from where this operation subtraction is coming? बिल्कुल नहीं. Okay, average velocity is equal to total displacement by total time होता है. Okay. Thank you, Myara, Nidhi, and everyone who told me to drink some water. Thank you, Palak, thank you everyone. अभी उत्तर दे दे. Then the scare, I'll be more happy once I get the answers from you. Jaldi. I want every one of you to read the question, understand the concept, and do the problem. हो गया तो बता. I can see Girish giving me the option C. Nidhi says option C. Ameer sir की fan. Very good, Nidhi. बहुत दिन हो गया आपको देखकर, है ना? Devika says it's option D. Then Abhimanyu says it's B. Akriti says C. Purna says D. Then Killer Gaming C. Palak is simply smiling. I have no idea. Palak, you have the answer? Mahima D. Myara D. Purna D. Then Pavan. Then okay. So Preeti, Ayush, Anushka, Elon, Shruti. Yes. So the correct option होता है D. What is correct option? D होता है. Shall we understand how to do this? Let's read. Everyone, please listen here. Keep down your pen and book. Listen here, everyone. मेरे बच्चा लोग. A person travels along a straight road for half the distance with a velocity v1 and the remaining half distance with a velocity v2. The average velocity is given by. Okay, tell me how to do this. When you get these kind of confusing questions from the chapter of motion in one dimension, the best method, draw the diagram. Particle is moving from the point A to point C. Let's say the total distance it has to cover is 2s when it moves from the point A to C. It is given in the question that half the distance, मतलब 2s का half कितना होता है s, half the distance is covered with a velocity of v1. Let's say the time taken is equal to t1. Nothing is given in the question, so let us put a small simple there. The next remaining half, how much is remaining? S is covered with the velocity v2. Let's say the time is t2 required for it. Question is, what is the average value of velocity? What is the formula for average velocity? Everybody tell it in your own mind. Yes, that is total displacement, S total divided by total time. है ना? What the total displacement? Everybody along with me. S plus S वो होता है 2S, है ना? What is the total time? T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. ठीक है. Now again 2S divided by S is the displacement the body has made, okay, with a velocity of v1 during a time of t1. Any method by which you can combine all these three? S, v1 and t1? Very simple. Displacement by time is equal to the velocity. Any doubt in this? कुछ भी नहीं. So time t1 कितना होता है? T1 will be equal to S by v1. Just you have to cross, which means देख ले. If anybody is having S by t1 is v1, so taking t1 to the right hand side and v1 to the left hand side, S by v1 होता है t1. So I'm going to substitute for t1 as S divided by v1 plus फिर so similarly what will be t2? T2 is the time required for the next half motion. So how will you write? Similarly S by v1 by S by v2. कोई शक नहीं है ना? अरे simple. देख ले, अब देख ले, अब देख ले. S is common on the numerator and denominator. So 2S divided by, if you take S outside, it becomes 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. हो गया. S common है, cancel कर ले. 2 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 add कर ले. So that is v1 plus v2, right? v1 plus v2. v1 v2 go to the numerator. 2v1 v2. So average वाला velocity हो गया 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Okay, so the complete crash course is for 30 days. So कितना दिन हो गया अभी? Okay, in 30 days, in 1 month, we'll be completing the entire chapter of physics for term 1. आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया या नहीं आ गया बच्चा लोग? जल्दी बोल दे with a smile. Okay, if you have understood, I should be seeing that smile throughout the chat box. Okay. Yes, हो गया तो हो गया, समझ में भी हो गया. समझ आ गया तो क्या होता है फिजिक्स में? हाँ, कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया तो मजा आ जाएगा सच्ची में. Yes, I can see the smile from Elon, आयुष, देविका, प्रीति, संतोष, पवन, आयुष, सबका मुस्कुराहट देख सकता है मुझे, है ना? देख ले मेरा हिंदी कितना अच्छा हो गया. So, can I give you a general statement? Can I give you a general statement? So, when the particle makes motion as equal intervals of distance, देख ले इधर the distance is being covered as equal intervals of distance, है ना? Yes. So the average speed is equal to n divided by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus still 1 by v1. ये n क्या होता है? n is actually what? हाँ, n होता है the number of intervals. Here in this we only had two intervals, है ना? So in two equal intervals of distance the particle has covered. So n का value in this case it becomes 2. देख ले. So n is equal to 2 divided by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 होता है average speed. So this also will be giving you 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2, है ना? So if we have 3 equal intervals of distance or n equal intervals of distance, use this particular formula instead of making the derivation during the exam hall. समझ में आ गया? समझ में आ गया? राइट इट डाउन. जल्दी जल्दी बच्चा लोग, जल्दी जल्दी बच्चा लोग. Okay, note it down. This is very important because you can expect questions from this particular part. Okay, done. Niti, Sophia, Khushi, Preeti, Myara, Mahima, Love Guru. अरे लव गुरु भी है क्लास पे. Okay, yes. Now, I'm giving you one extra information. Similarly, like this, if the particle is moving from an initial point to a final point in equal intervals of time, okay, in equal intervals of time, and let's say there are n equal intervals of time where each is moved with a speed of v1, v2, v3, v4 till vn, okay, the average wala speed will be v1 plus v2 plus v3 till vn, the whole divided by n, which means if the particle is moving in equal intervals of time, it is the normal wala average will be the average speed, that is v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus vn divided by n. But if it is in equal intervals of distance, ये होता है formula. Okay, I just want to tell you so that when you come across these kind of question, you can do the problem ऐसे. Question कर ले. जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी. लव गुरु इज समवन हु स्पीक्स ऑन रेडियो, राइट, गिव्स एडवाइसेस. अरे ये भी होता है क्या? लव के लिए एडवाइसेस भी देता है? बाप रे, मुझे नहीं पता था. सो मे बी आई शुड ऑल्सो लिसन टू समटाइम्स. अरे ऐसे मजाक बोल रहा था. अरे जब बच्चा लोग आंसर दे दे. इज इट ऑप्शन बी, ए बी सी डी? ए होता है, बी होता है, सी होता है, डी होता है. Those who have listened to my previous concept won't be doing the which means doing any of the derivation. They'll be simply writing the formula and give me the answer. वही आता है बस. Ayush says option A, Santosh says C, Abhimanyu says C, Ayush says C, then Purna says B. Okay, very good. Nidhi says B, Palak says B. Yes, the correct option is B. Shall I tell you which is the simple formula I'll be using for finding out the average speed here? 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2, which is a formula for particle which is moving in equal intervals of distance with speeds of v1 and v2. Just now we have derived. Hai ya nahi? Haan. So you'll be asking, sir, this is nowhere it is being mentioned that it is moving in equal intervals of distance. अरे बच्चा लोग देख ले. A particle starts from A, move to the point B, right? Let's say it covers a distance of s and it is moved with a speed of 20. Returns at a speed, matlab now it is moving from the point B to A by covering the same distance. Isn't it the same concept? The particle covering equal intervals of distance. है या नहीं? हाँ वही है. So it is given in a different format. So you will be only able to use this particular formula, which is the simplest way of finding the answer if you know the concepts in depth. Else others will be spending more amount of time for derivation, वो करेगा, ये करेगा, and finally they get the answer by spending too much of time. ठीक है? Now what you want to do, just put values for v1 and v2. What is v1? 20. v2 कितना? 30 divided by v1 plus v2, that is 20 plus 30, वो होता है 50. Finally how much you will get? 24 kilometer per hour. सिंपल. सिंपल का भी डिम्पल, उसका भी बहुत ज़्यादा सिंपल, वही होता है. ओके, समझ में आ गया सबको? बच्चा लोग समझ में आ गया? जल्दी से जल्दी नोट कर ले और स्क्रीनशॉट ले ले बच्चा लोग. हाँ, ओके, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. सो नोट किया सब? आई होप एवरीबडी हैव अंडरस्टूड. तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कर ले. नेक्स्ट. Let me see how many of you are super interested in solving. As much as you solve the questions from this particular chapter, right, that much is learned from this particular chapter, right? You just want to do as many problems as possible. वही करना है, ज़्यादा तो कुछ नहीं. If the distance is in 3 equal part, put n equal to 3. I have given you the general formula, Devendra. So if you came to the class lead, please to watch that particular part 5 minutes before. Just scroll back, you will see. So Miara says option C, then Akanksha says B. Then कौन है? और कौन है? Then Abhimanyu says C. Sophia, Devika, Preeti, Nidhi, Ajay. Okay, now everybody is giving the option as C. Yes. मेरा बच्चा लोग तो super amazing हो गया. Yes, it is option C. It's very simple question actually, है ना? देख ले. A 150 meter long train is moving with a uniform velocity of 45 km per hour. I hope you all know how to convert 45 km per hour into meter per second by multiplying it with 5 by 18. Okay, that much meter per second. The time taken by the train to cross a bridge of length 850 meter. So many, what they will be doing, the simplest mistake is, the question is time. They'll be thinking that this is the distance, which is the length of the bridge, that is 850, divided by velocity B है. The time is there in your hand. Obviously, the option will also be there. You will be going for that option, which will be wrong. Why? Because the length of the train is also specified. How does it make a difference? That is everyone gonna ask. है ना? This is our bridge. Let's say this is 850 meters. Now here what do we have? हमारा पास क्या है? This is our train, okay, and this is 150 meter long, and the front portion of the train is at the beginning of the bridge. It will start moving from here. The motion will start करके. When will you say that the train has crossed the bridge? Once the backside of the train is at the final point of the bridge, isn't it? Now, if you look into any one single point of this particular train, let's say the beginning point, it was here, and for entirely crossing the bridge, it has to reach here. So if you look into any single point on the train, every single point would have traveled how much? This is 850 till here, which is the length of the bridge, plus 150, है ना? The train which was here, in order to be here and cross the bridge, how much total distance it has to cover? Yes, the length of the bridge plus the length of the train. Total हो जाएगा. Total distance is how much? 850 plus 150. ये हो जाएगा 1000 meter. समझ में आ गया? Okay, now what is left? Time is equal to distance divided by speed. So distance कितना? 1000 by 45 into 5 by 18. ठीक है? Doing the math, you will get it as 80 seconds. Option C ऐसे ही मिल जाएगा आप लोगों को. Easy peasy था. खुशी कुमारी sir, we are your बच्चा लोग. Very good, right? So be with me throughout this particular course. Okay, I'll make sure that आप मेरा पूरा बच्चा लोग, not any single person. If you are here by giving your entire hard work, and if you attend my entire crash course, which means starting till the end, one thing I can promise you in physics, if a term and examination is there for you all, you will be getting complete marks. Yes, Harsh, Nidhi, Ajay, Khushi, that is 80 seconds. Good. Okay, कोई बात नहीं पलक. Okay, we'll meet in 10 o'clock class. ये कर ले. अगला question कर ले. So how many of you are ready to do a bit of differentiation in this particular chapter? How many of you want to do some questions from differentiation? Obviously, questions from differentiation and integration is going to come for this particular chapter, right? Those who are having troubles, कोई बात नहीं, I'll help you. But how many of you want to do some questions related to differentiation and integration? जल्दी बताओ. Yes, बच्चा लोग. Ready? Yes. Go for it. Those who can do it within the next 30 seconds, give me the answer. Those who cannot, कोई बात नहीं, है ना? So I'll be discussing, or we together, the entire physics family will be discussing this, which means us, ठीक है? Purna says A, Arpan says T. What is my age? अरे my age तो almost 40 हो गया मैं. Myara says A, Arpan says D, Preeti says A, Purna A, Abhimanyu A, Ajay A. So Preeti Yadav A, Santosh A, then Ajay A, Riya A. Okay, so everybody is going with the option A. So let's see whether that is the correct answer or not. An electron starting from rest has a velocity that increases linearly with time, that is V is equal to kT. Okay, where K is equal to 2. Why it is told that velocity keeps on changing? Because you can see that velocity is equal to K into T. Time is something which keeps on changing. So once time changes, velocity will also change. Okay? The distance traveled in the first 3 seconds. अरे velocity का equation दे दिया. How to find distance? I'll help you. देख ले. You know that velocity is given as kt. K का value is 2. So let us put it as 2t. Is there any method to introduce a distance into it? The only problem here is velocities are not a constant. It keeps on changing. Yes. How many of you know this? Velocity is equal to differential of distance with respect to time. How many of you know this? Those who don't know, write it down. Okay? ds by dt is actually velocity. So for v, I'm going to put it as ds by dt is equal to 2t. Cross multiply, just cross multiply. So how much will you get? ds is equal to 2t dt. ठीक है, ds मतलब क्या होता है? I already have told you. What is it? This d corresponds to, d मतलब very small. Small मतलब हिंदी पे क्या बोलता है बच्चा लोग? हम बोलता है छोटू. So छोटू distance है ds. Question is the entire distance in first 3 seconds. So छोटू distance को बड़े करने वाले का ऑपरेटर का नाम है. What do we call that operator that converts at chotu values to bigger one? That is called as integration. So for converting ds to find out the total distance, what you have to do? Integrate this ds. So if you do the integration on the left hand side, integrate on the right hand side also. If you integrate ds, what will you get? Integrate matlab adding up ds, 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 ds. If you add up all the ds's, what will you get? The bigger ds. ठीक है. And what happens to constant inside integration? Constant comes out, what it remains is t dt. ये बोल दे, इंटेग्रल t dt का वैल्यू कितना होता है बच्चा लोग? इंटेग्रल t dt का वैल्यू इंटेग्रल t dt का वैल्यू कितना? किसको पता है? Those who don't know, I'll write it down. Integral t raised to n dt. N is any power to which t is raised. Formula. अरे ये क्या हो गया? एक मिनट. Okay, this is equal to t raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 होता है. ठीक है. Similarly, here it is integral t raised to 1 dt. मतलब t dt मतलब t raised to 1 dt. So n का value, the power to which it is raised to in this particular question is 1. So this is t raised to 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. So 2 by 2 cancel, t square होता है ना? T square from where to where? For the first 3 seconds. So don't forget to put the lower limit and upper limit while you do the integration. I also have forgot to apply it here. T is a variable. So while you do the integration, you have to put the distance traveled in the first 3 seconds. So starting from 0 till 3 seconds, we have to integrate. So if there is an upper limit and lower limit, those who don't know what you have to do, first put the upper limit in the variable. So t first will take the upper limit. So वो हो जाएगा 3 square minus. Then t will take lower limit. Lower limit क्या है? 0. 0 का square क्या होता है बच्चा लोग? 0 square 0 ही होता है. So answer, final answer, that is S. 3 square का value. हाँ हाँ, with a smiling face, जल्दी बता. ओके, जल्दी बता. Yes. 3 square, अरे यार, I'm not going to spend time on 3 square is 9 only. अरे इसमें क्या है? So answer is 9. I hope you all have noted it down. अरे it's up to you, है ना? Because all teachers are good. Okay, I'm not comparing anyone, right? Everybody has their own way of teaching, and it is up to you, because some students will like a kind of teaching, right? Some others will like this kind of teaching. So it's up to you to choose. So don't make a fight over here, right? All teachers are good, and every teacher wants to get a very good marks for their students. That's all we want, right? So we are not here to make any army or something. Here we are to make a family, right? I'm also a part of family. So you all are my family, isn't it? And we together want to achieve the goal of getting that full marks. That's all we want, right? Let's do that. So here we are not with a war or something, right? वो अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है, वो अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है, सब अच्छा है. Okay, all teachers are good. Everyone wants all the students to get a very good marks. वही होता है हमारा लक्ष्य, और कुछ नहीं. Okay, because I see this in all the chats. वो होता है OP, ये होता है OP, ये सर अच्छा है, वो सर अच्छा है. It depends. It's personal choice. Everybody has their own perspective, है ना? Let them choose. Let your friend choose what their teachers want to learn with. What, let you choose what, with which teacher you want to learn your subject. वही होता है. ठीक है, just learn. Okay, because it feels bad. Okay, I'm not talking about when someone compare me with other teachers or something. It feels bad when students do this, right? We are not making a party over here, like anything like that, है ना? I don't want to make that kind of topic here. So here we are to learn, right? So do that with a smiling face. That's all I need. I'll be so happy. ठीक है? So you just got me emotional, which I felt bad. That's the thing I just told you this much, because you also know that I don't speak all those emotional things. But ठीक है? So shall we proceed, बच्चा लोग? हाँ वही है. So ठीक है. So आगे चले मेरे बच्चा लोग. विद अ स्माइल हम जा रहे हैं अगले कॉन्सेप्ट के लिए, एक्सेलरेशन, है ना? एक्सेलरेशन क्या होता है? Acceleration is the change in velocity per unit time. मतलब initially a particle is moving with some velocity u. ये होता है initial. I hope everybody knows. After some time it is reaching a velocity of v. ये होता है final velocity. And the time taken for this particular change of velocity, let's say t. So acceleration is defined as v minus u divided by t, which means the change in velocity divided by time. So what will be its unit? Velocity का meter per second, one more time, one more second. So ये होता है meter per second square. Vector है या scalar है? It is a vector quantity. मतलब it has direction. Acceleration has direction. How to find the direction of acceleration? The direction of acceleration is same as the direction of change in velocity. Whatever is the direction of change in velocity, that is the direction of acceleration. We need to understand this concept to its depth. It is very important. देखिए, everybody listen here. I'll give you an example by using some numerical value. A particle of mass m is moving, let's say, with a velocity of 3 meter per second. After 1 second, if you measure the velocity again, it became 5. Okay, this is initial, this is final. Tell me what's the acceleration in this case? Final velocity 5 minus initial divided by time. कितना हो गया? 2. Now if you just compare the sign of acceleration and sign of velocity, what is it? Acceleration is positive, matlab in the positive x-axis. What is velocity? The particle's velocity is also in the x-axis, positive x-axis. You can see that velocity and acceleration has same direction. If this happens, matlab if velocity and acceleration has same direction, this is very important, right? What happens? The speed increases. It became from 3 to 5. When will this happen? When the velocity and acceleration has same direction. Now dekh le. Now the concept will start playing right now. Okay, when I do the problem, don't tell me, sir, I haven't understood why you use the negative sign here. Dekh le. Initially, it is 5 meter per second. After some time, it became 3 meter per second in a time duration of 1 second. Okay, what is the direction of velocity? Yes, the particle is moving along the x-axis. Okay, velocity is along positive x-axis. Okay. What about acceleration? Find out acceleration. Final velocity 3 minus initial divided by time is 1. What is it? Minus 2 meter per second square. Matlab, here velocity is positive and acceleration is negative. In this case, look at the speed value. Initially it was 5 and it became 3. So the simple conclusion is, if velocity and acceleration are in the opposite direction, क्या हो जाएगा speed को? Speed will be decreasing. Very important. It is super important. Write it somewhere. And how many of you know what is a separate name we give for these acceleration which decreases the speed? इसका नाम क्या होता है बच्चा लोग? Anyone? हाँ, that acceleration which decreases the speed, हाँ, retardation. इस acceleration का नाम होता है retardation. If acceleration is opposite to the velocity or motion of the body, उसका नाम होता है retardation. बोल दे रिटार्डेशन का वैल्यू -2 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर है या +2 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर है. इट इज 2 मीटर per second square. You will be asking, sir, why this negative sign is not written while you define or while I define retardation? Simple. Because the word retardation itself tells you the acceleration is opposite to the direction of velocity. Because that negative sign है ना, this negative sign which shows the direction towards left, it is already there along with the word retardation. The word retardation itself tells you the acceleration is opposite to the velocity. समझ में आ गया? हाँ? From here onwards, don't make a confusion on this particular part so that while dealing with the questions. ठीक है? ठीक है बच्चा लोग? Okay, so jaldi note kar le. I'll have a sip of water. Okay, हो गया तो हो गया, समझ तो हो गया. बच्चा लोग नोट भी किया तो हो जाएगा हम. Okay, तो कर ले. As we already have defined about average velocity and instantaneous velocity, average acceleration is total change in velocity divided by large change in time. मतलब the change in velocity for a very large time interval divided by total time interval is average acceleration. So what is instantaneous acceleration? Instantaneous acceleration होता है dv by dt. मतलब small change in velocity divided by small change in time. ठीक है? Just like we have defined and done so many problems till now, I hope you also have understood this part also. कर ले अगला question. This is a very beautiful question from the part of differentiation. I'll write it down. A0 plus A1t plus A2t square. This is x, which corresponds to displacement. Displacement is directly given. How to find acceleration? How to find instantaneous acceleration if anybody is having doubt on that? Instantaneous. Okay, bye Niti, bye. Please do watch the replay, okay? Whatever parts you're missing. जल्दी बोल दे. उत्तर. पूर्णा बोलता है कि सर HC, रियास SC, देन और कोई नहीं है. अलनास SC, देवेंद्रा SC, अलनास SC, देन Okay, I have option C from Riya Khushi. ठीक है. Let's see how to do it. Question is how to find out acceleration. And write down the formula for acceleration. dv by dt. Differential of velocity with respect to time. I know that what you all are thinking. Sir, velocity is not given. If velocity is not given, we can find velocity by using the formula of dx by dt. Velocity is differential of displacement with respect to time. है ना? है या नहीं बोल दे with a smiling face. Yes sir, you are correct. So put x value in the equation. What is it? A naught plus a1t plus a2t square. Okay, done ho gaya. So you can take the differential inside. So d by dt of a naught plus, taking the differential inside again for the second term, d by dt of a1t plus d by dt of a2t square. I hope you all know what is differential of a naught, which is a constant, 0, plus d by dt of a1 comes outside, d by dt of t, it's 1, so a1 into 1 plus d by dt of a2 t square, a2 comes out, differential of t square 2t. So if you write it separately, on the left hand side we have a v, and the final answer is a1 plus 2a2t. ये velocity ही हो गया. But is this the one which we want? नहीं, हमको क्या चाहिए? Acceleration चाहिए. Acceleration के लिए formula dv by dt. Now we have velocity with us, है ना? What is the velocity? a1 plus 2a2t. वो substitute कर ले, a1 plus 2a2t. d by dt of a1, differential of a constant, 0. d by dt of 2a2t, 2a2 comes outside, d by dt of t हो गया 1. So final answer is 2a2. हो गया तो हो गया, आंसर भी मिल गया, मजा भी आ गया. मजा आ गया तो शो मी अ स्माइलिंग फेस जल्दी. ई वाला, ई अच्छा वाला, ई सर समझ में आ गया. ओके, हो गया. ओके, सो पूर्णा मैं केरला से. आप करेक्ट है? यस, मेनी ऑफ माई स्टूडेंट्स गेव मी द करेक्ट आंसर. वेरी गुड, बहुत बढ़िया. ओके ओके, कोई बात नहीं. नाउ equation of motions, right, which is very important. Let us get into some of the equations which we need to be knowing, and then we'll do some 2 questions and we'll wind up the session by 9:15 or 9:20. ठीक है, देख ले. Now first formula, the first equation of motion, v, final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time, the first equation. We are not going for the derivations, right? We'll be simply writing down the formulas right now. Everyone write it along with me. Then the displacement, s is not distance, make sure that it is displacement. Once again, displacement is equal to ut plus half at square. All these are vectors we are talking about in this formula. Okay, so this s, I know that many of you might have got the wrong answer so many times because you have put the value of distance instead of displacement. This is displacement once again. फिर v square is equal to u square plus 2as. ये भी सब vectors है. Now I hope you know the concept of distance traveled in the nth second. Formula is u plus initial velocity, acceleration into n minus half. N is the time at which you are going to find the distance of the nth second. I hope you all know what is distance of the nth second. जिसको नहीं पता, I'll just explain. Let's say the particle starts from the point A. In 4 seconds, let's say it covers 40 meters. Starting from the point A, right? Okay, this is point B. Starting from the point A, let's say in 5 seconds, the particle covers 50 meters. So this is point C. Now can you see this gap between B and C? that gap between 4 seconds and 5 seconds, that is the distance the body makes after 4 seconds. If I use a different color, after 4 seconds till it reaches the 5th second, है ना? So ये distance after 4 seconds till it reaches 5th second, वो होता है distance traveled in the 5th second. So similarly is the concept of distance traveled in the nth second formula. U plus A into n minus half. So if you are finding out the distance of the 5th second, formula will be U plus A, n becomes 5 minus half. Okay, हो गया? ओके, सो ये क्वेश्चन कर ले जल्दी, फटाफट फटाफट मुझे उत्तर दे दे बच्चा लोग. रेड कलर, आई नो दैट यू डोंट वांट मी टू यूज इट, तो मैं थ्रो अवे किया. आई जस्ट थ्रू अवे दैट रेड कलर. हमारा पास येलो आ गया. येलो येलो रेडी फेलो. सो प्रीति, मारा, म्यारा, खुशी, इनएविटेबल, साई, एवरीवन, मानसी, I hope you all have noted down the important formulas which I have told you, right? Those who don't know what is the nth distance concept, I think you also have noted that also down. Okay. So yes, noted down. Give me the answer. Fatafat. Fatafat, fatafat. Allah says option A. फिर Anupam says option A. Only 2 people are. It's very simple. Very simple it is. One of the simplest, I say. Anupam, Mahima says A, then Myara says A, Preeti says A, inevitable. Everyone, very good. Very good, very good, very good. What is the question? Distance traveled in the 5th second. Formula U plus A into n minus half. Isn't it? Initial velocity 0, it's given 0. Acceleration is given as 8. Everything is directly given. N becomes 5 because we are talking about the distance in the 5th second. So 5 minus half. This is 8 into 5 minus half is 5 to the 10 minus 1. 9 divided by 2. So 4 9s are 36 हो गया हमारा उत्तर. So उत्तर मिल गया ऑप्शन ए. आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया. हाँ, तो ये भी बोल दे. Shall we do the next question also? एक और question. Last question we do, then we'll wind up the class. हाँ? Yes, Kushi. Okay, Kushi is with me. Kushi is like, sir, one more. Okay. ये question कर ले. Another simple question directly from the equations. I was thinking to do some hard questions today, but time तो हो गया मुझे 10 o'clock. I have a class of 12th standard, so I'll wind up this class after this particular question. Tomorrow we'll continue with the hard questions of this particular chapter. Tomorrow मतलब Thursday है ना, next class Thursday 8 PM. Infinity question में आ रहा. Everyone is ready? हाँ, और क्या? Okay, Mansi, yes, this is the second question. Jaldi. Waiting for the answers from every one of you. Jaldi se jaldi, fatafat. Purna says B, 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 sir, B. The answer is B. Inevitable. Abhimanyu says B. Okay, everybody says A, some are telling B. Let's do it. Right? So you all know option A and B are very similar. The only difference is in signs. Let's see which one is the correct answer. I'm not telling it right now. Let's see. Okay, bacha log. A motor car moving with a uniform speed of 20 meter per second, initial velocity, comes to stop. Stop matlab final velocity is 0 on the application of brakes after traveling a distance of how much? 10 meter. Okay, it's acceleration. Which formula? U, V, S and A is a question. Very simple. V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. जस्ट पुट द वैल्यूज. 0 स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू यू स्क्वायर हो गया 20 स्क्वायर प्लस 2 इंटू ए इंटू एस इज 10. Taking this to the left hand side, minus 20a is equal to 20 square, 20 cancel, a is equal to minus 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर हो गया. ऑप्शन पी मिल गया हमको. मजा भी आ गया नहीं सर? आप बहुत हाइपरटेंशन हो रहा है. मैं ऐसा ही गया था. yes, it's very simple, so we have the option B as the final answer. So tomorrow we'll be doing some hard questions from this particular equations of motion, some a bit more harder. ये तो direct questions are, I know that. So tomorrow we are going to do. Tomorrow मतलब when is our next class? Thursday है ना? I am also forgetting. B was correct. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Whoever has given me the option B, बिल्कुल बढ़िया मेरे बच्चा लोग. आप तो स्टार हो. ओके, स्टार ही रहेगा एंड बिल्कुल स्टार बनेगा भी इन ऑल योर एग्जामिनेशन. डाउट सेशन इन यूट्यूब तो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. Too much of spamming will come. Doubt sessions happens in Unacademy platform, तो उधर आ जाइए आप. Tomorrow class नहीं पूरा. Next class is on Thursday 8 p.m. Okay, so many questions as you can see are there. Then position time graphs and all is there, velocity time graph, all these things is going to be coming. We'll be discussing in next class. So tell me, how many of you want to do some extra questions from the chapter of work power energy? How many of you want to do? How many of you want to do some extra multiple choice question and assertion reason type question from the chapter of work power energy? Jaldi se jaldi bata. Okay, so a special class is going to happen on Unacademy platform. So you'll be thinking, sir, is it paid? No, this is completely free. So it is on the revision series for work power energy. If you, those who are interested in doing so many multiple choice question which can help you improve your knowledge and problem solving skills, you can come and join. It is happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. on Unacademy platform. So those who haven't been a part of a special classes till now, what you have to do, download the Unacademy learning app. Okay, after downloading, log into the app. After logging in, click on the menu button. From the menu button, you will see special classes. Click on it. Then just type my code. This is the unlock code AMB10. Once you type this code there, all my courses will be shown. So just select this work power energy. Okay, which is a special class for tomorrow 4:30. This is completely free. Tell me how many of you are gonna there? Okay, the link is given. Okay, I'll share the link in the chat box also, है ना? I think that will be better. That's a very good idea. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. 1 minute. I'll just share you the link in the chat box also. That was a very good option. I never thought of it. So. एक मिनट. Yes, copy किया मैं. So yes. Paste. Yes. Now I hope you all got the link है ना? Use that link. Everyone. मेरा बच्चा लोग, can you see the link there? Others, those who can see the link, it will be going up. So please do copy paste it again. So it will be available in the chat box again so that everyone can join. Ha. This is a very good idea. Miara, I think you suggested me this, Anna. Very good. So yes, those who missed the link again, Furby link. Okay, just copy the link, paste it in your Explorer or mobile phone or wherever it is. It will be taking you to my class. ठीक है? Okay. What is not visible? What is not visible, Miara? Song course is visible, nahi? Obviously, course will be visible. Okay, you have to copy paste it. Account तो कैसे switch करेगा? लिंक नहीं आ रहा है सर जी, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? मुझे तो दिख रहा है. पता नहीं. So I have anyway posted the link in our Unacademy Class 11th and 12th Telegram group. ठीक है. Okay. So let me see whether I can put it in the comment box. वो भी नहीं कर सकता लगता है. पता नहीं. YouTube अकाउंट स्विच टू डिफरेंट, वो सब अभी मुझे नहीं हो जाएगा. लेट्स सी वो सब हो जाएगा या नहीं हो जाएगा. एक मिनट. अरे यार अब तो पूरा गलती हो गया ना. आई हैव टू. एक मिनट. आई विल जस्ट फाइंड माय क्लास, माय ओन क्लास. हाँ इधर है. मिल गया मुझे. ओके. यस. अरे अभी आई एम लाइक सब्सक्राइबर नहीं है अभी. Okay, anyway, I'll do it in the next class. So thank you so much everyone. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, making the class so awesome. So I just want to show you the Plus an Iconic subscription, because festive season offer is going on. Before 31st of October, if you make the subscription, you will extra 4 months of CBSE and Creative Corner subscription. Make use of it. For first 500 subscribers only it is available. For extra 10% out of discount, ये है हमारा कोड AMB10. इफ यू मेक द सब्सक्रिप्शन यूज दिस रेफरल कोड एंड गेट 10% ऑफ डिस्काउंट. यूज ही कर ले. ठीक है. Okay, so yes, these are the other batches which is going on. So once you make the subscription, you can join to any of the batches by any of the teachers. So it's so amazing, right? Okay, very good. Steps to join the quiz. I hope you all can see. अरे अभी तो मेरा गला तो अच्छा नहीं है. So now can you see the, I just have posted the link. Now can you see the link, or is it still not visible? Is it visible? No? Yes, no? Okay, so whoever haven't shown some love and to Ameer sir, what do you have to do towards physics? Yes, just click on that like button and do let me know that you are enjoying this crash courses. And don't forget to subscribe so that you'll get all the notifications when a new chapter comes up or when a live class is happening. Okay, you'll get all the notifications. So yes, bye everyone. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm signing out. See you all in the next class. Okay. Yes, maybe some issues. I have no idea why the link is not getting appeared there. Anyway, bye bye everyone. Take care.